Jenkins. I'm born and raised in South Africa, and I've lived all around the world. I've been doing art all my life. I'm self-taught in that, when you're a child, you obviously do some lessons in school, so that's about the extent of my training. I would just experiment. I'm not very good at taking instruction, so I probably wouldn't have done well at art school anyway. My main inspiration is women. I'm not anti-men or anything, but I think that women are very, very courageous, and they show a great deal of dignity in some very harsh conditions, which I've seen all around the world. The Bag of Hope project it started about 5 years ago when a group of women in KwaZulu-Natal, which is where my home town is, approached my sister and said they had no skills and they needed to make some money. They didn't want to ask for money, they wanted to earn it. And could she help them? She's a teacher and a quilter, and she said she would teach them to sew. And they started making little landscapes, and they sent a few to us, and my husband and I sat and thought about it, but we must be able to do something, we can help them. And they started making very, very simple landscapes. And after a lot of thinking, we decided to put them on the bags. So we started putting them onto that and selling them as the Bags of Hope. We take the money off for the bags, but we send all the money back to them. I decided to incorporate the fabric landscapes into my art. I wanted it to be two stories. The fabric landscape has its own story, and then my painting would have a story, but they would be interrelated. Well, the AIDS situation is, unfortunately, in South Africa is probably the worst in the world. I think KwaZulu-Natal has the highest rate of AIDS numbers, statistics. There's a lot of the older people, grandparents, or at that age, who are bringing up the small children because that middle layer of adults has disappeared, died off. I grew up with the Zulus. I was born and raised there, and I say, well, they helped me when I was a child, look out for me, so I guess it's my turn to help them. And I'm really glad that I can use my art to do so. It's so much better than just sitting down and writing a check. The rand-dollar exchange rate is at the moment it's 10-1. So if you send out $1,000, they get $5,000. To them it's equivalent to getting like $50,000. You can do a lot with that. It really can mean a huge difference in their life. They started a soup kitchen to feed the children, because there's a lot of households where there's just children living there, there's no adults around. To keep the soup kitchen going as well, they've started a little permaculture garden, so they're growing their own vegetables. Vukasakla is a Zulu word that means stand up and do it for yourself, and that's pretty much been their theme from the beginning. They got up and did it themselves. My soul really is based in Africa and in South Africa. And being able to weave the two worlds together, I think I find it very interesting, because then I'm honouring my background as well, and being able to help people, which is really fun. I'm such a tiny cog in the wheel, really. I mean, the ladies out there are the ones who are really doing all the hard work. I'm not even a big fish. I'm just the small one trying to do something. It's important.